Okay, so I wanted to do an honest review of Jordan Peele's movie Nope because I feel like online nobody is saying the same opinions as me or nobody feels the same way as me. So it's better if I just say it into a camera and you guys can't say nothing back to me. Like y'all can't be like, no, like I can just like freely say how I feel. So anyways, I did not really enjoy the movie as much as other people did. And that's not to say that the movie is bad. I think that a lot of people feel like if you say that like, I didn't really enjoy the movie, then that means that it was a bad movie. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? So like, I think I would rate Nope as probably a 6 out of 10 for me. And it's because, first of all, I don't feel like an alien plot line really does anything for me. And I know a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people on TikTok were like, oh, well, it's supposed to be like a Jaws thing. It's supposed to be for the suspense and like, the killing or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's great and all. But like when they were talking about UFOs, they lost me. Like the word UFO killed it for me. There was nothing that the movie could have done. Like, unless it was a plot twist and it wasn't really a UFO. It was actually white people trying to scare black people. Something like, I don't know. Like, am I saying that to say that it needs to have a Get Out feel or an Us feel or nothing like that? No, because I loved Get Out and I enjoyed Us too. So it's not that. But like the plot twist that I wanted was that like the aliens that were actually people, or there's a species that are like they've always been amongst us and we never knew. They just took on different forms. You know what I mean? Like, what if the UFO came down and it was like actually the president? I don't know, like something crazy if that would have been it. But like the fact that the UFO was actually just an alien that has been there for like months, disguising itself as a cloud and like just being in that one area eating horses and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, that really didn't do it for me. And then like the whole monkey thing, if that was the movie, I would have enjoyed that more. Like if that monkey kicked off a thing across the world where like different animals were like suddenly freaking out and something causing them to just like go off the rails and like start going against humans or whatever, that would have been a good story. That would have and we would have seen humans in different situations like around the world or in a certain area where the animals are going crazy and like you're running for your life, like you're scared for your life. That would have been something for me, because those monkey scenes were the most disturbing thing in the movie. Like when I tell you my breath, it was hitched. I was like, every time they showed a different scene, it was insane. So for us to go back to the UFO, it was like, okay. And then finally, when the UFO not UFO, but when the alien finally showed its like true form, it looked like a balloon. Like it looked like, it looked like a parachute. Like it really looked in a way where I was like, okay, well, it's fake. Like it's a joke. Like it's actually some type of experiment by the government or whatever else. But when it kept on being real, I was like, okay. And then when it opened its mouth, I guess, and it was that green square, it looked like a joke. And I'm not saying that like to like get on the effects or whatever, but I'm just saying that like there was nothing in that movie where like the main thing, the alien, it just didn't do anything for me. And then I think his name is oh my god, I forgot his name. Is his name Stephen Young? I don't know. But the Asian guy, like when they were like the Asian guy who was like the rancher or whatever, that was the kid from that TV show. What was it? Pogo or Pongo, whatever. I just feel like when they were advertising this movie, they put a clip of him. They put several clips of him, or I feel like when they put him on the poster and everything, I feel like they hyped up his character to be more than it actually was in the story. Like what important thing did this character do? I understand that he thought that he was controlling the alien and he was feeding it horses to entertain the people so he can get money, and he kind of liked that he had this control over this thing that is ultimately uncontrollable. Like I get that was his thing, but he didn't call it to Earth, and then he didn't fight with Keke Palmer's character and Daniel's character. He did not fight with them to defeat the alien. He got eaten pretty quickly. And then the other parts that we did see him, I don't know, like I just didn't feel like I felt like for the way they hyped up his character, he was shown so little. And I was just kind of like, I expected more from his character. When that's all I got from him, I was like, that's wasted. Like that, like when he was on screen, he was good, but I just felt like they wasted him. Like, are you serious? And I didn't even see them advertise like the guy from like the store where they bought all the cameras and everything. When they were dropping trailers and doing promo for this movie, I did not even see that man once. I didn't see that man mentioned. I didn't see them go into him or whatever. But he was more important than Stephen Young. And if I'm getting his name wrong, I'm so sorry. But I don't know why my brain keeps saying Stephen Young. He was more important than him. And so I'm kind of like, well, why wasn't he hyped up then? Like, I don't know. I just felt like they could have done a little bit. They could have done a little more with Stephen Young's character, or could have gave us a little bit more. And then, like, I know that Jordan Peele doesn't really explain, like, fully explain everything. He wants you to walk away with it, kind of like interpreting it your way. And then, like, later on in interviews, he may like drop little hints of what he was trying to say. But I just feel like for what was going on with the monkey and what was going on with the alien, it just didn't tie in together for me. Like, you would just show these random snippets of that day on set when the monkey went insane and just killed everybody. Number first, when I first saw the scene of the monkey, I thought it was gonna be like a whole, remember back in 2000 and what was it, 2000 something, when it was all over national news that monkey ripped that lady's face off. If you know, you know that this monkey owned by this woman went like insane, and it ripped her friend's face off. Oh my God, that was the craziest thing. So when I first saw the scenes of Pogo, or whatever his fucking name is, I'm just gonna call him Pogo for this video. When I saw those clips of him in the beginning of the movie and the shoe was standing upright or whatever, I immediately thought that the movie was gonna kind of be about like animals this time. Like, it was gonna kind of take that feel of it. Like, this was to already make you flashback to the woman getting her face ripped off and let you know that, like, this movie is gonna kind of center around like animals in our everyday life that we have like tried to make spectacles, or we have tried to exploit, or we have tried to control, are gonna become unhinged. And this is how humans are gonna be dealing with it. But then when it took that alien route, and it was like, UFO, we got to get a picture of this, and we got to get this on film, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of like, okay, cool. I don't know, like, the movie didn't do much for me. And then Daniel Kaluuya, if I hope that's how you pronounce his last name. I understand that this character was different from him. He was supposed to be like, you know, this like, I'm assuming strong, like silent type of character that you can rely on. But I do hate that he didn't have more speaking lines, because I just feel like Keke Palmer carried the movie. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mind her carrying the movie. But I really loved their chemistry when I saw it. And so I would have liked him to have more speaking lines, because I would have liked to see that good chemistry, that back and forth. But he was very silent a lot of times, and I just didn't like that from him as an actor. And then, like, speaking of Keke Palmer, it was weird that people thought that this was her Oscar-worthy movie. And I just didn't feel like that. When people were saying, like, she gave the performance of a lifetime and Keke Palmer should get an Oscar. Keke Palmer should not get an Oscar for this movie. I don't feel like this movie really displayed Keke Palmer's acting skills. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Like, a lot of the ways that she talked and acted in the movie, I just feel like that's Keke Palmer's personality. I feel like that's who she is. And in the parts where it was supposed to be dramatic and she was crying and everything, that was good. But I feel like an Oscar-worthy performance is somebody who makes me, who plays such a character that I'm like, wow, they genuinely brought that character to life from beginning to end. They have just made me so glued to this TV. I can't believe that this is even that person. You know what I mean? But when Keke Palmer was on screen, it was like, yeah, that's Keke Palmer's personality. Like, she's not giving me a different character. She's not giving me somebody completely different from herself, to the point where it's like, wow, this is Oscar worthy. You know what I mean? And I feel like there were not a lot of like dramatic parts. Like, when people were saying that the parts that she was like crying or screaming or whatever, I just felt like there weren't a lot for her. Like, towards the end of the movie, there was like one little part for her. And I feel like that's when she was getting on that motorcycle to go away from the alien, and she did that like anime reference Akira little like motorcycle slide, and then she like was trying to take a picture of the alien. I mean, and she set that balloon up to get eaten by the alien. I thought that was cool of her, but I did not think it was Oscar worthy. And I feel like Keke Palmer has so much to bring to a screen and has so much to offer that I feel like there have been other things that I've seen of her that I felt like were better, displayed her acting better than this movie did, if that makes sense. Like, if anybody should have gotten a Oscar for their performance when it comes to a Jordan Peele film, then it would have been Lupita in Us. I couldn't even believe that was Lupita. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to think about what I feel like should earn somebody an Oscar, I didn't even feel like that was Lupita. Like, she gave me such a different character, such an like it was insane to me. And the fact that she didn't even win an Oscar is honestly the most like, if I could go to the Oscars and literally throw up on all the judges, I would, because that is an Oscar-worthy performance. But I just feel like Keke Palmer and Us did not give me that. But that's not to say that I think that Keke Palmer couldn't give an Oscar-worthy performance. Like, she's amazing. She's very capable of doing that. But anyways, just going back to it, I just didn't feel like Nope really did it for me. Like, me and my mom and dad went and saw it, and we all walked out of there being like, okay, it was an okay film. But people saying that it's the film of the summer, it's the film of 2022, I just don't see it. And that's not to say that they're wrong, because that's how they feel about the movie. But me personally, I just don't see how this is movie of 2022. I don't see how this is movie of the summer. And now that I think about it, like, has there been any other movies that has come out that has really gotten me in the summer? Not really. But I just don't think Nope really displayed what I thought it was going to display. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I expect to Get Out Part 2. I expect a Us Part 2 type of movie. I don't expect any of that. But I just feel like the whole like UFO aliens coming to Earth type deal. Like, I've seen so many sci-fi movies that at this point, that type of storyline doesn't really do it for me. And yeah, there were some points where it was scary. Like, I remember when Daniel Kaluuya was at the ranch and the aliens suddenly like came down and like started trying to swallow something up, and he like got that close, and you could see how like little we looked compared to it, and how it was the mouth and everything. That part was really scary to me, because I thought about me standing somewhere and something that huge coming to swallow me up. That was scary. And there were other parts where you were kind of like, you know, holding your breath, kind of like, oh my God, I hope they get out of this. But like I said, I just feel like the film didn't really do it for me. If you're a person like me who like actually did not think Nope really did it for you, and you kind of want to express how you feel about it, then comment it. But yeah, and all in all, I give Nope about a 6 out of 10. I think even rewatching it is not a good idea for me, because I may even rate it lower. I just didn't feel like it did anything. But I still think that Jordan Peele is an amazing director. I still cannot wait to see more of his films. I think that I think he's amazing. And I can't wait for him to win an Oscar as a director. But I don't think that Nope will be the thing that would do it for him. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my little like talk about the fact that Nope didn't really do it for me. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. And if you don't subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram. I have like over 200,000 followers on TikTok, and barely like I see my mutuals who have like 10K followers on their Instagram. And some people who even have lower followers than me on TikTok have like 12K followers on their Instagram. And I'm wondering why the fuck I don't have that many followers on Instagram. So yeah, if you're not following me, go to my Instagram. It's morgan.mccain. And McCain is spelled McCane. So yeah. Bye. Have a good day.